Summer's always kind of a weird time for me because I always have all these expectations and hopes for it. You know, usually summers, you hang out with friends, you go on vacation, you're outside a lot, and I think when I have all these high expectations and then they don't end up happening, it's almost worse being stuck inside in summer than it is in the winter because you feel like you should be out. This summer I have made a little list of goals and I want to document it, and that's why I'm recording some videos, because I want to document the summer and just see where I am at the end of it. So I got out of my first semester of college a few weeks ago and it's officially summer in a couple weeks. So I am going to start trying to implement these things. I've already kind of started doing it and I'll explain that as I go. So the first goal I have, and this is my main goal and the thing I want to put the most of my energy into, and that's I have been writing music for some time and I want to get into releasing that music, and I did just release my first song, so I'm really excited about that. It's not like I don't have any expectations that these songs are gonna blow up or do really well. I'm mostly just doing it because it's something I really enjoy doing, and it's kind of a project for me to do to keep my mind off of things, and I did it. I did my first song, so right now I am just focusing on that, getting really excited. I released it yesterday, and I went to a recording studio for the first time, well, second time, but I actually recorded this time in the studio. And it was actually a pretty good experience. It was really hard for me because things like that are really stressful for me, but I did it and I'm really excited. So I'm also starting to work on the second song I want to get out, and it's a little more complex, so the process will take longer, but that song is really important to me. So this summer, that's what I'm going to be working on. That's where I'm putting most of my energy because it is one of my favorite things I've put together, the song and the music video for the song. So that is my main goal, and honestly a lot of these other goals are kind of gonna help with that one, except for this one, I guess. But another goal I have is to practice driving. I am 19 and I don't have a license for a lot of reasons, but I want to really make that a priority this summer if I can. And I'm not in a place right now where I can buy a car, but even just having my license, whether I get it this summer or even just feeling more confident driving on the roads and just knowing that if I were to take a test, I could pass. And then a little more, I guess, complex goals that aren't like one specific thing I want to do, but just a general state of mind or whatever, is as a general thing, and then I'll kind of do little parts, but I want to start doing more things for myself, and I'll explain that more as I go, I guess. But I realize that a lot of times, a lot of my decisions that I make are based on how it's going to emotionally affect other people, and that's really exhausting and really annoying. And now that I'm kind of getting older, I kind of want to start seeing how it is just making decisions for myself, and I mean really simple things too, like wearing clothes I like to wear. And a lot of times it won't even be based on other people, but it'll be on how much I didn't want people talking to me when I was younger, like in high school and things, so I would basically dress as simple as I possibly could and like wear a different variation of the same outfit every single day so people wouldn't talk to me. Because even things like getting a new pair of shoes, if someone commented even like, "Oh, I like your new shoes," I hated it. I didn't like attention on myself. But I'm trying to start, regardless of things like that and how I feel, I know it makes me feel a lot better dressing the way I want to dress, listening to the music I want to listen to, talking when I want to talk, doing the things I want to do. So I'm going to start trying to do things like that, just experiencing life a little more and not letting any kind of, I don't know, anxiety or peer pressure or expectations get in the way of that. And then something that kind of goes along with that is I want to focus on my relationships with the people in my life in a different way than I have been. Like I said earlier, a lot of times I do things based on other people, like how they'll feel and not really how I want, like what I want to do and how I feel. So I guess what that means is trying to figure out who in my life, I don't know how to word this in a way that doesn't sound kind of disrespectful, but I guess giving myself the permission to let people go if I need to let them go. And then also with the people I don't want to let go and I still want in my life, realizing that just because I love them and they love me, that there can still be boundaries in place and I can still keep some, not physical distance, but sometimes emotional distance in the way that I sometimes would take things a little too seriously, and I want to just, like I said, focus on myself a little bit. So I want to just start, I don't know how to really explain this and put it into words, but I guess, like I said, if I need to cut people out, trying to give myself the grace to do that. Also, meeting new people, like being open to that experience and stuff and not staying in, I don't know, my own head. And then, you know, the friendships I do have and the family that I do have, trying to strengthen those relationships, but in a way that isn't doing everything I can for them, because I think true friends and true family who cares about you or whatever, I think they will appreciate me being more myself than they will all the things that I do for them. That doesn't mean I'm just gonna stop doing things for everyone, but I think that if I'm doing so much for other people that it's making me hold back who I am more, that it's not healthy anymore. So I'm gonna try to just let go a little bit more and kind of just be a little bit more myself, which I said, like I said earlier, this kind of does connect with my music because that is something I held back for a while. I always have been a big writer, but when I started to get into middle school and stuff, I was just embarrassed by it and I just kind of stopped. So I want to kind of show, I know the friends I have now, they don't really know me at all, and that's kind of sad. I don't want to continue being like that, hiding myself, you know. I want to be excited that I'm making music, or I want to feel comfortable wearing whatever I want and talking when I want to, saying what I want to. And I've been trying to push myself to, if I have a thought that I want to say, just say it, as long as obviously it's not like rude, but that's not usually the problem for me. So I guess trying to hide less. But yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of other things. I just kind of wanted to start and just sit down and finally make a video that's just for myself. This is mostly, I just like making videos to look back on. So at the end of the summer, I'm going to make a response video and I guess kind of share where I'm at with all these goals and what other things I might have done. And I think this might help me really stick with this, because sometimes I get all these exciting ideas or revelations and then I get stuck in the same cycle, and I want to kind of change that. So with this channel, I think I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Anything I want. Vlogs, more sit down videos like this, more creative, artistic things. Like, there's not gonna be a niche to this channel because it's mostly just for me to look back on and I guess kind of just have fun with it. So that's all for now, but I also don't really have a schedule for when I'm posting videos, so I don't really know what I'm doing next, but I think I kind of like not having a plan for it and just kind of spontaneously putting things up. So I guess I'll see in a few months where I'm at, and yeah.